Hey guys, this is ReAnimator here, and it is welcome to the 2022 edition of my DVD and Blu-ray collection library video series. Today, we're going to be showcasing the big categories once again, especially between 1985 and 1986 apparently as well, because I have some on movies on here, and there's also some anime also included on here, which is going to take the cake for the big genres, which is basically between 1985 and 1986 category I have here. So let's do this today on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to have the biggest category, basically, between 1985 and 1986, especially for these ones that's happening in the 80s, especially that I picked from my collection as well, which is part of the Physical Media Video Library series, from what I understand, basically, of how it's gotten to a point as well. Would you want to learn about this? Because I have some on the movies on here, like mostly on movies. There's going to be a lot of anime that I picked from my anime collection that I wanted to do as well, just to get your head starters going. Yeah, because you know what I mean as well. Because I was going to showcasing some movies on here from the 80s as well, on par with the anime. So without any further ado, which is right here and right now, let's dive into the ones we got here. The first one here I have is Silver Bullet, which is the 80s horror movie based on the novella by Stephen King. This is basically I've got so far that I just got recently in the past. Yeah, this is a 2006 Paramount Home Entertainment release on here, because I've shown you before in my previous video. And of course, I have ReAnimator. This is basically from H.P. Lovecraft on here. This one apparently is basically what you have to call like one of those horror movie titles released by Anchor Bay as well. Quite frankly, this is a 2007 Anchor Bay release I have as well, from what I understand. This has a 70-minute featurette documentary on here, which is included on this DVD here. Disc 2 has a lot of more special features on this DVD-based content on here. And this has 2 different audio commentaries included on this one as well, in case you're wondering as well. And the next one here I got under the movies here I have is The Goonies. This is directed by Richard Donner. I did a movie review on this a while back as well. This one apparently did got a music video on here. Yeah, this is basically what Steven Spielberg and Richard Donner had a lot to do when they made The Goonies, despite how this feels like a Spielberg movie. Sorry, I thought I said King. It's actually Steven Spielberg. Especially Richard Donner, Chris Columbus, and Steven Spielberg had a lot to do for when they made this movie on The Goonies, and this one particularly has happening. Everything is going so far in the 80s as well. And I have a couple editions of Lady Hawk. I have here is the 1990s, the old edition of Lady Hawk on DVD. This is the one that is released in 1997 by Warner Home Video back in the late 90s on DVD. This is kind of an early release in the 90s on here. And I have another edition of Lady Hawk on the Blu-ray from the Warner Archive collection on here as well. Yeah, this is released in the US by Warner Brothers, but it was released by 20th Century Fox International as outside of maybe in European countries. Most significantly, especially Italy as well. Yeah, the cinematography in Lady Hawk was done by Vittorio Storaro, who probably worked with Dario Argento as well. Yeah, because apparently it just shows you the trailer on the Blu-ray, but the old edition of Lady Hawk on DVD has the more bonus material on this early 1997 DVD release. And of course, I have another movie I got is The Karate Kid 2. The story continues. This is basically the sequel to the previous movie, The Karate Kid, on here. Because, you know, the first Karate Kid came out in 1984, I guess. Yeah, this only has the featurette on here. This is only available in the Karate Kid Collection DVD box set as well, from what I understand. The next one here I have as a movie on DVD, but only in those double feature ones. I mean, I just don't like how they put the third one, which is a letdown movie. But the second one, I thought it was pretty good, though. You have to stick with, along with the first two movies that are pretty good, but the third one is a letdown, in my opinion. Poltergeist 2, I think this is available in the double feature with Poltergeist 3 on here. But I thought, in my opinion, Poltergeist 2 is pretty good, because I think this is a pretty good film to the previous predecessor that came out in 1982 on here. Yeah, the first two are pretty good as well, from what I understand, because the third one is a letdown as well. The next one here I got is The Labyrinth on here on DVD. This includes the making of documentary, which I showed you before in my previous video. The Labyrinth did got a Blu-ray release, I guess. And the next one here I got is Aliens, which is a 1986 movie, which is directed by James Cameron, which I thought it was pretty good, which is a sequel to its predecessor that came out in 1979 on here. Yeah, no wonder why there's some good movies coming out in the 80s on here. This is what I love about the 80s on here, especially there's some movies I like, but in general, but there's ones from 1987 I do not watch because the ones that are gory, but we'll get to that when I'm showcasing some titles from 1987 down the road, maybe tomorrow. But anyways, this is a 1992 Fox Video release of Aliens on here. Yeah, this is a follow-up to the first Alien movie. And the next one here I got on VHS at a flea market back in 2007, and that is An American Tail. This is a good movie on here. In my opinion, American Tail is one of my favorite Don Bluth films on here, right next to Land Before Time and The Secret of Nim and All Dogs Go to Heaven, which I've heard good things about those movies in my opinion as well. Yeah, apparently this one did got a DVD release in there, but the VHS I thought it was pretty nice on here, because this is the original copy I have as well. So that's my category on the movies. And finally, to the big one of all, to the anime, we have Vampire Hunter D. This is my favorite horror anime film from the 80s. This is directed by Toyo Ishida, who brought you the Fist of the North Star series on here. Yeah, because this is my favorite on here. The VHS I have is from Orion Home Video. This has the English dub by Streamline Pictures on there, which is pretty neat as well. And it's a good anime to watch, because it's based on the series of novels by Hideyuki Kikuchi on here. And not to mention, it did got a sequel to this, which is Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust on here. But Vampire Hunter D is one of the earliest anime titles that came out in the 80s, especially. Although Vampire Hunter D did got a Blu-ray release by Sentai Filmworks, which it has the new English dub from Sentai Filmworks. But I can watch it in its original Japanese on it. And the next one here I got is Odin, Photon Space Sailor Starlight. This is one of my favorite 80s guilty pleasure anime movie favorites on here, because this is basically a little reminiscent to Space Battleship Yamato, also known as Star Blazers. Yeah, because this is directed by Toshio Masuda, Takeshi Shirado, and Eiichi Yamamoto as well. This includes both versions, the standard English dub version, and this also has the extended Japanese dub with English subtitles, which I think this is like from the original Laserdisc masters on here. And also, I have another anime I got on here is The Dagger of Kamui, which is a classic samurai epic anime movie from the director who brought you Galaxy Express 39, the movie, and Metropolis, and Genma Tyson, also known as Harmageddon. The Dagger of Kumai is my favorite samurai epic anime film, classic favorite, as in my opinion, basically. This has on-screen maps, and this has character bios, and just the trailer for this, because this is a 2003 release by Animego. I'm wondering the Dagger of Kamui will get a Blu-ray release at one point. And the next one here I got is Fist of the North Star, the movie. This is my favorite Fist of the North Star anime movie that came out in the 80s. This is the real deal of this one, because this was released in 1986 on here. This has both versions, the English dub from Streamline Pictures and the original Japanese dub version with English subtitles on here. Yes, this is directed by Toyo Ishida, who brought you Vampire Hunter D on here, because this is way better than the live-action Fist of the North Star movie with Gary Daniels that came out in 95. But thank God I gotten rid of the live-action Gary Daniels Fist of the North Star live-action movie from 95, because I needed money, that's why. But thank God I'm keeping the anime, because it's better to watch the anime one as well. It's also available on Blu-ray from Discotek Media, in case you're wondering. And of course I have 3 volumes of my favorite anime TV series from the 80s next to Urusei Yatsura, Maison Ikoku. This is a classic favorite anime from Rumiko Takahashi on here, because I will be getting more DVD sets of them at one point, because you can't go wrong with classics as well. And of course I have MD Geist Double Feature. This has the director's cut version of the original MD Geist OVA that came out in 1986. I'll show you Death Force again in the 90s at one point. And of course I have Outlanders, which is my favorite anime OVA. Another favorite 80s anime OVA I like as well. This is released by Central Park Media under US Manga Corp on here. This has the English dub from Central Park Media on here. Apparently, this never got a Blu-ray release, unfortunately, as well. And of course, I have a bunch of Saint Seiya DVDs on here. Yeah, Saint Seiya is known as Knights of the Zodiac. In Italy is I Cavalieri del Zodiaco, and in Spanish is known as Los Caballeros del Zodiaco as well. I have like first 5 volumes, so that's basically 25 episodes of Saint Seiya, also known as Knights of the Zodiac, I Cavalieri del Zodiaco, and Los Caballeros del Zodiaco as well. And I have volumes 6 and 8 of Saint Seiya. I'm still acquiring to get volume 7 of Saint Seiya, because I've heard good things about the original Saint Seiya as well, because it's on my plan on watching list. One of these days I will watch Saint Seiya eventually at one point as well. And the last one here I have is the Transformers the movie on VHS, which I had Media Play on here. This one apparently did got a Blu-ray release by Shout Factory as well, which I understand as well. I'll be picking it up on Blu-ray at one point. So that's going to be it for my video, what I got here on the Physical Media Video Library series for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this one. Showcasing movies and anime between 1985 and 1986 definitely takes the cake, which I haven't thought of done before until now, because I don't have anything for TV shows and the cartoons that came out in the 80s, but we'll be getting those eventually at one point as well, for the most part. Hope subscribe for content. My anime planet link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook. If you have Twitter and Facebook account, all social media, smack the like button if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave in the comments section below. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to check out my anime planet, link will be in the description below if you want to check out my Anime Planet account as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, ReAnimator. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel as a newcomer. Smack the notifications bell button, and that's all I got for today. TV series, especially some 80s cartoons on here. There's also some anime that came out in 1987, which we're going to take a look at that tomorrow as well. This is ReAnimator saying thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is ReAnimator signing off, and thank you for watching my video. And I will see you soon for more videos.